Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
From turkey and gravy to deals and doorbusters, yep, here comes Black Friday shopping. It's really the wake-up call to start your holiday shopping if you haven't already. Major stores have already gotten their start on Black Friday. Nick Monticelli is out talking with shoppers today who are trying to find some of those big savings.
Good afternoon. Here inside of the Bath & Body Works at the Tanker Outlets in Howell, probably the busiest store we've been. And I keep running into people like Lauren. It's Black Friday. Shouldn't we be sleeping and relaxing?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
But you're here instead.
Oh yeah, we're crazy like that.
So any good deals? Like, is it worth coming out?
Oh, 100%. We've been to Nike, we've been to Francesca's. This is our third place, and we have done some damage already.
So you saved some money?
Oh yeah.
And spent some money?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, Lauren, thank you so much. You know, we've been all over the place today. We were at a Best Buy, at a Target, at a JCPenney. Now, take a look at this, though. The Best Buy and Target, before opening, were used to lines. They didn't exist. Not sure if that's just kind of a shift to online shopping, or if the deals weren't there, or if it's just a change of mindset on Black Friday, but no lines there. The JCPenney, though, tons of people were lined up there. We went inside, talked to a couple of shoppers there who said, again, it's worth the deals. It's worth getting up. So as we see Black Friday changing over time, you still see plenty of people coming in and packing stores like Bath & Body Works, where this one I'm lost at. I hear the candles are a big deal, but I can't even smell anything anymore. We're in Howell. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, Nick. We're working to learn more about a house fire on Detroit's east side. This happened at the corner of McClellan Avenue and Verner Highway. Sky 4 over the scene around 8:30 this morning as fire crews were battling this fire. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about the damage and a possible cause. Over in Monroe County, one person is dead, another in the hospital after a drunk driving crash. This happened on Newport near War Road. Monroe County Sheriff's Office says a man driving a Ford Focus swerved, hit a woman in a Ford F-250. The man wasn't wearing a seatbelt and died after being ejected. The woman was taken to the hospital where she is stable. Two men now charged after a police shooting in Troy earlier this week during rush hour. 25-year-old Cecil Pulliam and 20-year-old LaJuan Jefferson Jr. were arraigned. Police say Pulliam was the driver of a stolen car that hit some squad cars trying to get away. His bail set at $1 million. Jefferson's is $100,000. It was Tuesday when a license plate reader in Troy spotted the stolen car. Police say when they tried to stop it, the driver tried to ram his way out of a formation that they had put together to try and box him in. An officer fired 5 rounds, hitting the driver, who they say is Pulliam. He remains hospitalized and is stable. Jefferson Jr. remains in custody after being treated for minor injuries. MGM union workers spent Thanksgiving fighting for economic justice. They rejected a contract offer earlier this week, even as employees at Motor City and the Hollywood Casino in Greektown accepted their terms. These workers say they can do better.
I feel that it's more that we can negotiate with the company about some things that needs to be moved around.
This is Detroit. This is the union town. This is where the labor movement was born, and we're going to see it through to the end.
They get back to negotiating Wednesday in Detroit. As many of us gathered around the table with family and friends this Thanksgiving, the homeless were not forgotten. Volunteers at Save the Date events served what they were calling a Thanksgiving give back, providing warm meals for those in need. Organizers say it's not just about the food, it's about the helping hand they're able to give.
Being able to just to do community service things and help my community and where I come from help me, you know what I'm saying? It's like I get like kind of like a good feeling inside from that.
The organization's been feeding the homeless on Thanksgiving for 4 years now. Over to the city's east side, thousands of people brought dinner to the table yesterday with the help of folks at Divine Restoration Ministries. This is the 3rd year volunteers there have been feeding 1,000 people on Thanksgiving. The group got out meals in Detroit and East Point this year. We are tracking a major recall involving 32,000 Jeep Wranglers. These are the hybrid 4xe Wranglers made between 2021 and 2024. Stellantis says it was doing a routine review of customer information and found 8 of those caught fire while just sitting there, turned off. and 6 others caught fire while they were charging. Nobody hurt in those instances, but Stellantis is recommending parking away from buildings and not charging them until they can be repaired. We're getting our first look at people in Gaza venturing out now as the ceasefire there has begun. Drone footage showing people in the streets of southern Gaza today as a 4-day ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is underway. NBC's Aaron McLaughlin is in Tel Aviv and reports on how a hostage exchange is supposed to take place today.
Well, this process has begun. According to the Israeli Prison Service, they have begun the transfer of some 39 Palestinian women and teenagers from 2 separate prisons in Israel. They're transferring them to the occupied West Bank, where they'll be released to the Ofer prison. And then from there, once the Israeli hostages are out of Gaza, that is when the Palestinians will be allowed to go back to their homes in the West Bank, Gaza, and East Jerusalem. Now, according to an Israeli official, the preparations to receive the Israeli hostages are complete. Essentially, the process that they expect to unfold today is the hostages will be released to the Red Cross. The Red Cross will then bring them over the border into Egypt, where they'll be transferred to specially trained Israeli soldiers. The Israeli soldiers will conduct an identification process. They'll also receive full medical evaluations, and then from there be allowed to speak to their loved ones via a video link for the first time in 48 days. Once that is complete, they'll be flown to 5 different medical centers in Israel before reuniting with their families. That at least is the plan. This is a country on edge, watching and waiting to see if this actually happens. Aaron McLaughlin, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Well, big day out there. A lot of people traveling, a lot of people shopping. Let's bring in Ron Hilliard, who's in for Ashley, checking the all-important forecast.
And happy Friday to you, Jason, and happy Black Friday to everyone out there. Looking at the traffic, it's flowing just fine. It's not an issue with weather out there. That's 696 in Southville. We're looking at temperatures across the area coming in the 20s and 30s. Right now, Detroit 34, 32 in Ann Arbor. We're at 29 still in Lapeer and 34 in Monroe. Now, across the area, we do have some clouds over the thumb. Not out of the question to get a couple of flurries as you get over into parts of St. Clair and Santa Like counties. We do have the lake effect snow machine kicked into gear. You can see that a little bit more prominent around Gaylord and Traverse City and into areas just east of Cadillac. So that's something that we have right now. But the bigger system that's going to impact all of lower Michigan is still out toward the plains right now. That's going to be moving our direction this weekend. So today, most of us are mostly sunny. It's colder out there. Clouds developing tomorrow, and that system that comes Sunday, I'm going to talk more about that coming up. And then you want to make sure that you can download and track that system with the Forewarn Weather app. All you have to do is go to your app store and you can get the latest download for that. And you can use it also to track with ExactTrack 4D radar. Jason?